So Joel Embiid has been suspended for 3 games without pay for shoving a Philadelphia Inquirer columnist, Marcus Hayes. The altercation occurred after the 76ers Saturday loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. Following Hayes's column that mentioned Embiid's late brother and son while questioning his professionalism and conditioning. Um, Embiid reportedly warned Hayes to avoid referencing his family again and later shoved him, leading to an intervention by the team's PR chief. So he'll miss 3 games, which will be the LA Clippers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Charlotte Hornets. He's expected to return, of course, against no other team than my New York Knicks. Um, and yeah, this suspension is going to cost him a little over $1 million. Um, and he's had yet to play this entire season because he's been recovering from a knee surgery.
Yes. Before you say your piece, I do want to say, if you don't know who we're talking about the NBA. Joel Embiid is like the star player of the Philadelphia 76ers. And yeah, he's the center player, the star, the guy for the Sixers.
Right. My whole thing, right? When I saw this, like when I read the article, I'm like, y'all need to stop punishing people for things that shouldn't be punished. I'm a firm believer in watch your mouth. I'm also a firm believer in you can say what you want, but don't get mad at the consequences when it happens. You're lucky that all he did was push him. Because if it was Draymond, he probably would have got put in a headlock, to be honest. Like, I feel like a lot of times, and as people, we work in the media industry. Shayla and I are journalists, right? I feel like a lot of times, especially like he's a columnist. So like his point is to try and get those people to go to his column by saying some outrageous or saying whatever he wants to say to try and get people to read, right? I feel like a lot of times we get so caught up in that idea to be the one who gets the most clicks and the most views and the most reads and stuff like that, that sometimes we forget the common principles of just being a decent human being. Why? If you are talking about his professionalism and his conditioning, where in that, in your mind, does 1+1 = 2 for you to say that you talk about his late brother and you mention his son? I don't understand where the two combined in your brain. You know? Like, I just feel like y'all need to be careful. Y'all need to watch your mouths. And you need to remember that just because you are trying to trend, that some things should not be trendable. And I'm one who go ahead.
Oh, no. Finish your point.
I was gonna say I'm one of those people, especially when I argue with you, like nothing is off limits. Like I feel like I will talk about anything and everything, especially if you get real disrespectful, I'm going to hit you where it hurts. That wasn't even this in this case. Like there was no reason for you to bring up either one of them.
Yeah, I think, again, as a journalist, I think sometimes we have to touch grass and understand that, is this going to move my story forward? No. And I think I didn't read the entire piece, but I did read like that snippet where he did mention like his brother that passed away and his son, and it's like that had nothing to do with nothing. If you want to drag, and I think, again, as someone that is not pro dark jokes, you could talk ish about me all you want, but as soon as you mention my family, my mom, like, that's gonna blow me. I'm gonna be mad, and you have to be prepared for the consequences. If you already know, if Joel Embiid himself said, listen, I don't mention my brother or my son, you were warned. So anything that happens after that is fair game. Because if I tell you, listen, I remember when I was in middle school, people love your mama jokes, your mama jokes, your mama jokes. And I would tell everybody, listen, I know this is a little trend. This is what we're doing now. Don't mention my mother. It's not a joke. I'm not going to laugh. And I don't like it. So we have to accept people's boundaries. Some of my friends were all in, right? And they would clap back and say your mama jokes back and forth. But everyone has different boundaries. And I think we need to accept it. Athletes are humans. I'm pretty sure this journalist would not have liked for Joel Embiid to talk bad about his family, whether his wife or if he has kids. You wouldn't have liked that. So I think we need to understand, and I'm big on this, I don't do or say anything to others that I wouldn't like to be done to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's just that. So whatever Joel Embiid did, that's the consequences for your actions.
And I also am a firm believer, like, don't dish stuff that you really can't take. Like, if you to sit there and, like, if I shove you, I would expect you to put your twos up. Now you really you gotta fight me. You gotta whoop my behind, to be honest, because I just want to see, like, you talking like you really can whoop my behind, to be honest. I feel like that happens with a lot of people. They really, like, people talk out of their mouths or type whatever they want. And it's like, Shayla and I just did this one video where we talked about, like, the comedian, right? That we recently just did. And somebody in the comments was like, Blackie's mad. And, like, when I said it to Shayla on phone, Shayla was like, what? And I was laughing because I'm like, this is funny. Because it's like, you can say that to me over the internet, but nowhere in your mind, if you saw me in person, could you open those teeth and that unwashed tongue and tell me anything like that? Because one thing about it, I got a mouthpiece on me, but two, I also got a bat and she likes to swing. So keep it cute. Keep it cute.
Yes. So